Hello, y'all. This lady, this is another phone chronicle. This lady got Miss Angel
Yeah, that's first thing in
back
the list.
cleaning and helping this lady with her house at almost 3:30
First
a.m. in
thing
the
on the
morning, y'all.
list.
Yeah, see, people, they don't have no regard for your time. So it is
They still
almost
ain't fix your sink all the way.
it's almost 3:30 a.m. in the morning. Miss Angel was already there
Mm.
helping this lady with her kitchen, right? So then the
Oh,
lady
yeah.
leaves to go pick up this guy,
Huh?
and then
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I wouldn't have went back. I wouldn't have went back. But Miss Angel wants to get her pay.
Mine was a plastic knife. Plastic knife. I was when I got plastic there. I don't put them. I don't just throw them away. Shit. Like that.
Uh, Miss Angel said, just throw that away.
This stove, this stove, that's got to save me up. And you ever try to sell clean? Yeah, I didn't like that. That old motherfucker, the alarms went off every damn way. And then the lady came up here and told me, because I had to open the door and open the window, so, and she said, don't do that. Just call back. So she want to throw myself in there. She said, come down here. It's good. They need to come here. I got some airhead. I got some other stuff I want to put in the hole.
Yeah, this is hello to whomever came in. This is another phone chronicle. So it's like 3:30 a.m. in the morning. And Miss Angel, she helps people with their homes sometimes, right? And so this lady, I wish I would have came on it when this customer of hers was cussing. So the lady leaves, but then she wants Miss Angel to come back to finish the job. But it's 3:30 in the morning. I would have said, ma'am, I'll be there tomorrow. So basically, Miss Angel is helping like a disabled narcissist, y'all. Because the lady's she's not having no empathy for what Miss Angel is going through. It's 3:30 in the morning. I wouldn't have went back. Especially for the amount of money she paying her. She's not even, I don't even think she's gonna give her $100. She's breadcrumbing her with the money too.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Please click a like, y'all. Listen to Miss Angel. She's talking to a client. Some people are just difficult to help, y'all. You can try to help them, but it won't work.
Yeah, he didn't want us to take that. That was a part of it. That's why we got all that stuff. He still got to go. Yeah. Still a quick for you. What else did you buy? That's it? Well, everything else. I thought I had got that stuff in the store. I thought I had got the stuff in the store. No, I thought, I said, no, everything. We got everything. African. I can't believe it. African. Yeah, like a corner store. And he lived in it, and people live in it too. And it was nasty. I was like, damn. And so all that, I mean, the house was like a terminal, everything, all that. I'm sorry. All your shit is all there, and they can take shit out of it. They who? Whoever was there. Whoever got access to. So my sister ran. We took that to her bed. We went and got all this stuff. gave him $800. Got all that stuff out of his store. He was selling. She said, "How much for all this? All this, Pampers, everything." Yep, something, all kind of men stuff, everything. Everything. The food and everything, noodles, everything. And we're gonna give all that shit away. Give it away, yes. For outreach, yeah. Yeah. We giving it away. We're gonna bag it up.
I think Miss Angel just helping these people out of loneliness too.
Why? Because when I wanted to, we got everything but the paraphernalia stuff. We're doing essential bags, cleaning supplies, hygiene supplies. You ain't got nothing to do with it. We resell it for what? I'm trying to get a grant. I'm trying to do this to say I'm being part of this community. And he already got the thing. Sister in, living in, cleaning in and out. So we're giving back to the community. I can't get the grant all so far. We're giving that shit away. We don't need that. We're doing food and we're doing food.
My thing is with business, y'all. With business, if other stuff is taking so much of your time.
Don't put that spirit on my blessings.
Oh, Miss Angel checking her.
Don't do that. No. I'm just saying. I said, don't tell me that. I didn't tell you not to do it. We're gonna be on Martin Luther King Boulevard or whatever it's called. On the street. That's where them RVs are parked at with the homeless people. Like you go on the south side, go down. Like you're going down to grocery outlet. Huh? Get the weed. I don't know. I'm so good. Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, somebody's offering Miss Angel weed. Yeah, she's smart not to take it. You can't be taking people's weed.
Yeah, I'm antsy.
They can lace it too, so that's smart. What they probably trying to do, y'all, is exchange weed for the money. So instead of them giving Miss Angel the money, they're trying to get her to take the weed. That's what it is. That's a scam.
All right.
It's like, nah, I'm cleaning your house. She's cleaning these people's house, and she wants her cash, not no weed. But when you smoke weed, that's what they try to pull on you if they know you smoke it. You know what I mean? So that's what's probably happening. The guy's like, do she want some weed? Then the next thing you know, they're not going to give her money.
I just finished watching True Red with the daughter had the mother living in feces and stuff like that. He said that. Yeah, kill old mom. You want to start your dishwasher or what? You put water two in. I said, do you put 1 or 2? I don't know what the hell you got going on here.
I wouldn't have went back, but I get she went back. She wants her money, y'all. See, I just would want to get my work done. I don't want to be doing all this talking and stuff. Let me get my work done. The longer you talking to them, the less cleaning that's getting done. The job is not getting done. I would do my...
can't do it. I mean, yes, I can. I put my band to it.
Another phone chronicle, y'all. Please click a like. It's different people talking in the background. Because at the client's house that Miss Angel's at, it's a couple of people there.
So this is you damn so do. You really ain't bad. You need some you need some weed. I'm not you don't weed in real life. You need some I start time on. It's good, Ryan. Yeah. I'm fucking I start cleaning out like motherfucking stores, you know, cleaning out your stores. You can do it that. You want to shit. All tax, crazy ass, double ball, big bar, see all of that in the bag of chips. That's it. So, let me go back there and look at my children. Okay, are you doing I'm gonna she say something. I'm having time to sabotage someone that I'm no, this is nasty. Just read over it and say, well, where's the rest of her stay at? Where's the rest of her stuff at? I like this. Right here.
I don't know what happened. Maybe they put it on mute. Yeah, we was there's this one case, y'all, right? So this is a case where this this mom was found. This is disgusting, y'all, with her anus big and open in a pool of feces. So fair use, y'all. Listen to this.
You bathed her privates. Was her anus always open?
Because when I was that big, her butt wasn't open. It was closed. You know, and when I'm washing it down, I like washing. I don't want to look at it, you know?
I'm just wondering if that was a contributing factor for like all the bacteria and stuff in there.
On December the 5th, 2018, Kim Zahir called 911. She reported her mother was not breathing. But then when police arrived at the house, it was the filthiest, most disgusting conditions they'd ever seen. My name is Cameron. Welcome to True Red Crime. This is the case of Kim Zahir and Francis King.
So Francis King is the mother, which is the victim, and Kim Zahir is the daughter. So this is, wait till y'all hear how she's talking to her mama, y'all.
Now, before I continue, many of you have messaged me stating that my videos aren't as long as they used to be and the style has changed a little bit. Now, the reason why is because in recent weeks, my heart has been so heavy. My daughter recently has been diagnosed with a disease where there's no cure. She's almost 3. In fact, this disease is so rare, only 8,000 kids worldwide have ever been reported to have it. So given that she needs constant care, this style of video, I only have the bandwidth to create this style, you know, because of course, I've got my other channel that I create content for. Now,
so pray for this gentleman on the True Red Crime channel that's doing this case because his daughter that's 3 years old has a rare disease. But he's gonna get into this case about this the mom, this elderly mom. Hold on, y'all. Fair use.
She's never going to be able to talk. Maybe one day she'll walk. And and I'm skeptical for how long she will live. So please bear with me, keep us in your prayers. But let me continue with the story.
Wrongfully terminated at work? You have the right to fight back. An experienced employment lawyer can mean the difference between
This is a
getting the
commercial,
compensation you
y'all.
deserve and getting nothing. Click on the link below.
So when police arrived at the house on 20 Rocket Lane, paramedics were there. They found Frances King deceased in her bedroom. She lay dead in her bed. She was malnourished. She had not eaten properly in a long time. The living conditions were disgusting. There was an unbearable odor of feces and urine that permeated the room. Now, Frances was 88 years old. She had owned the house since 2009. Her daughter, Kim,
That's Miss Angel
moved
came
there
back.
in 2011, specifically to care for her mother, Frances. Now, her body.
Oh, hold on. I was watching that case again too.
I'm going back to the house there.
Okay, hold on.
So it's like,
Was transported to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. And what the medical examiner found was devastating. Now, Frances weighed 53 pounds. She had lost 50% of her body weight. She was down to skin and bone. Her eyes were sunken. She showed temporal muscle wasting. And the medical examiner determined the cause of death to be severe emaciation. She also had severe gas-forming infection of the bladder wall. The manner of death was ruled a homicide. Now, I'm going to show you a snippet of a phone recording. Kim and Frances are in the car. A woman by the name of Caroline is recording. Listen to this.
You got yourself. Now sit up. Wait a minute, stop. Position.
Huh?
So who is this recording? Somebody that's riding with them?
Some lady named Carol.
Was a friend of
Probably a friend of the abuser.
of the daughter.
Yeah.
And she was recording it.
Well, I mean, which this,
for that mama.
well, the recording probably helped charge this lady. It sounds like this is in a state where they don't have real, because they had to leave her free for the first year. The daughter, the abuser, because in, I think it's in Florida, they had to have proof that the daughter is listed as a caregiver on some kind of document. So it sounds like this state ain't real strong for elderly rights. So the lady, but you also, well, she probably don't want to bring attention to her recording. So she just being, it sounds like she did it in secret. So if she intervenes, this helped get her charged to at least get her 6 years. I mean, this recording was used as evidence. So, sometimes you got to play it off to get the evidence.
Get your arm out of the position. Hello? Now calm down because it's not as bad as it seems. You got to participate. Now I'm trying to get you some food. Nobody help from this house. They robbing you, they stealing your money. Now just cut it out. Lift up. Pull yourself up. How are we going to go to the bank? Hello? Yeah. Are you ready to go? Should you go back in the house? No, I'm ready. All right, then pull yourself back. Stop acting like an invalid. Help me out. Hello? Yeah. Stop being stiff. Get Jesus in your life. Tired of people with atheists and stuff. Get Jesus in your life. Pull your leg right. Wow. Now sit back. Sit back. Are you gonna pick yourself? She wanted to look right for to go to the bank.
Yeah, that's what she doing, ain't it, Angel?
Yeah.
Yeah, she want her, and then she's the one when she say people stealing her money. She's doing that.
Right.
She the one stealing the mama's money.
Right. And she making her say what she say. As long as she say something when they pull up to that bank, to that drive-through, she gonna get that money.
Yeah. So let me
She
see.
gonna go there to that bank. She gonna act like she got some sense. Hi, we got her out today.
Yeah, yeah. That's what she gonna do too. That's exactly what she gonna do. We got her out today.
Yeah, we got her out today, so we want to take her, get her some money so I can take her, or else she going there with an attitude. Could you please give her money? So I'm just getting tired of fussing or something. You know, you never know. But I think she switches over to the nice, like she got some sense for a few minutes.
Oh yeah, she ain't acting like this in the bank.
And then take her ass right back to the motherfucking take her ass right back to the thing.
She might go through the drive-through too.
Yeah, I know she's going through the drive-through. And then her ass right back home and put her right back in that bed and don't give her shit.
Yeah, but my thing is, who is raping this lady in her behind like that?
Okay, well, I don't know nothing about the rape part. Where that's at?
It's in the when the detectives ask her, it's named on the video. Mom found with anus open. Her anus is wide open. In the end of it, the detective is gonna be asking the lady, how did her butt get open like that? That's from constant penetration. And you know, because your anus ain't a vagina. It don't close back up like that if you keep messing with it. You know, like when you watch those pornography films. You know, like I saw this one porn. I'm not into porn, but I saw this one porn, and this is why I don't watch it. This was one of the things I seen on this porn flick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they say that people that be trafficked, they're being raped on those porns. So you gotta be careful watching those. But this one white girl, they was going in her behind, and it was just all already open. And then the dude was saying, I'm fucking this tight ass, but it's not tight at all. You can see right through it. Yeah. So it was something else. Natalie, thank you so much for coming in. This is a fair use video. And
Mom, what? Mom.
Yeah, and so this is this mom abuse, and I'll put it in the description box, Natalie. And then I got Miss Angel on the phone, and she's over here at this cleaning, so it's kind of like a phone chronicle as well. So it's a combination of a fair use and a phone chronicle. So hold on. Yeah, so I'm let me go back to the video. Yeah, see, okay, so listen to the name of the video is the anus. So the detective is gonna ask about that. But then the daughter, just listen to it.
You're not that. I didn't say go to the side. I said move up. I'm not going to go. If you can't, I can't go.
Just the treatment. Kim was supposed to care for her mother, Frances. Just have a look at the way she's talking to her. But let me continue with the story. Now, Elizabeth Lather.
So Kim is supposed to be caring for Frances.
Frances's body. And what she saw.
How far are you in the video?
Huh?
How far are you in the video?
Oh, 4 minutes in.
Oh, 4 minutes. Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah. And it's more towards
4 minutes. I'm at 4:04. Where you at?
4:37.
Okay, let me get to that.
Crusted with dirt, and they was dried fatty substances.
Huh?
If you started, I'm not going to be able to keep up with you. Okay, where you at now? 4 what?
441. Just listen to this one.
No, wait, I'm getting 441 too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Frances had been lying in a pool of fecal matter. There were rat droppings everywhere.
There's even rat droppings. Fecal matter, rat droppings. I hope these rats wasn't in the bed with this poor lady.
Duct taped to her privates, serving as a makeshift diaper.
Oh, the garbage bag was being used as a makeshift diaper.
Money's still in my laptop.
Hello, Elizabeth later said the condition reminded her
Oh my God, Miss Angel, you playing yours now?
concentration camp. In fact, there is a snippet of Elizabeth's police interview.
Natalie, what's going on? Miss Angel is just taking over the YouTube channel, right? So now playing her video.
And you did job subjects throughout the whole.
This is freaking crazy. And her sound is not coming through as good. Natalie, she's taking over our channel. That's why I call this another narcissistic lady friend. Look what's happening. And remember the loud TVs? Remember they do the loud TVs? Evidence, evidence. Y'all can't hear a motherfucking thing I'm saying. Yeah, this is what I'm telling you. They do the loud TVs. Because they got to make their shit louder than mine. I'm going to have to redo the... She got to make her shit louder than mine. Lord have mercy. They got to make their shit louder. Another narcissistic lady friend. They all do this shit, y'all. They all do this fucking shit. Listen. You hear how loud this shit is? This ain't even my video now. This is hers. And they do it without fucking warning, right? There's no warning that this is going to happen. Just out the fucking blue. Just overpowering shit. It's so loud, you can't. Yes, exactly, Natalie. See, I gotta go get another device to do this live. Hold on, Natalie.
The sheriff's office then decided to open a criminal investigation into Francis' death. Detectives began working to build a case, but they quickly ran into problems. You see, to prove criminal neglect, they need to establish.
Okay, so this is the thing. So her sound is not coming through properly. The thing is this, y'all. See, the suspense in this case with this elderly lady laying in these feces with this makeshift diaper, with this mass, great bladder infection. There's this big hole in her anus, right? And you know what that's from. I mean, it's been so much large penetration. There's been over and over large penetration to make it just a hole, because the anus doesn't just close back up if it's constant stuff going inside of it. I mean, an anus is meant for exit, right? That's what it's made for. If it's exit, it'll close back up. But if there's constant penetration to the rectum, whether it's a man or lady, that hole, it'll just stay, like you literally can see through the person's body. I saw this on a porn, y'all, and it was very disturbing. This is why I don't watch pornography. I happened to come across this one. I forgot where I was watching it at, but you know, it's good to watch porn so you know what's going on in the world. So then I watched in that porn, it appeared like this white lady was being raped by all these. Oh, she's living in filth because of the caregiver, and it's a hoarder. Yeah, and it's a mental decline. So hold on, let me go get the other device, Natalie, please. Thank you so much, dear heart, for coming in to moderate today. I appreciate you. But listen, this is what Miss Angel doing to us.
And the photographs of the horrific living conditions. And on March 31st, 2021, Detective Andrew obtained an arrest warrant for Kim Zaire for aggravated manslaughter. Now, I want to play you a clip. This is from when police went to Kim's house. This was 2 years later. But remember, the investigation stalled. Tell me when you see the man. No way out that door. What? Oh, man. You okay? Heck, you okay?
No, you have not been missing, Natalie. You got stuff to do. All those lives we've been doing, you got to go missing. We did a lot of them. We have our own lives too. I got a lot to tell you about that embezzlement hearing, y'all. The embezzlement hearing was something else. I got a lot of court stuff and a bunch of stuff to tell y'all about. It's going to be very interesting. Psychopaths in court, y'all. Psychopaths in court.
That's bottles of liquor.
Oh, you see bottles of liquor? I mean, if you can see them in the house there, I mean, it's so much. Yeah, but see, is he the one raping the mama? Somebody's raping the mama.
See what them bottles is.
And at the end, the daughter gonna say she had to stay up to stop the drunk man from going in there on her mama. So that's who raping the mama, I think. My thing is he needs to be locked up too. Not laying up in the garage. So remember, Natalie, I'm gonna put that. I'm sorry she just took over like this. But well, and then she doesn't even know she's taking over. Yeah, so Natalie says, oh yeah, Miss Angel can show worry. That's the thing that with narcissistic lady friends, they will show that. Okay. Everybody has their good and bad, but then there was this other case where this elderly lady, see, this is how Miss Angel is. She's okay and she has compassion for the elderly, right? But in this other case, and I'll find this video and put it in the description box, there was this young girl being attacked by an elderly lady for no reason. And so the young lady had to fight the elderly lady back. Self-defense. It was down in Texas. So the thing with the elders, it's like the Anita Ann Grayson case, right? It's not okay that elderly people that are not in a dementia or Alzheimer's, I'm talking about sane-minded elders, they're not allowed to beat on us. So the thing with Miss Angel, if this case was in reverse, Miss Angel might justify or ignore that the elder is the abuser. So say, for example, I hope it's making sense. Say, for example, if this was the elder doing this to the daughter, then Miss Angel would be more pro the elder. But in this case, she's fine because the elder is being abused. But Miss Angel gives a lot of leeway. So that's the problem with this. See, us as being normals and empathic people, we think all the abuse is bad. I wouldn't think it was okay for the older to do this to her daughter. So that's where the problem comes in. It's that dysfunction in there. She's feeling sorry for the elderly lady, but just a couple of weeks ago, when this elderly abuser, even after the 911 operator told the elderly abuser to leave this young lady's house, and she had her brother or son with her, the elder attacked this lady, slapped her in the face with her phone. And so Miss Angel didn't think that that girl had a right to defend herself. She's pro-elder. She's pro the abuser. See, this case, this lady here that's being treated this way, it's possible that this lady only got 6 years in prison for unaliving her mother like this because maybe she was telling stories in court of what this mother used to do to her. See, I don't know if this young lady is doing this to her abuser, right? You understand? In this case, okay, put it this way. This mother that's being treated like this, she could have let people rape her child when this girl was younger. We don't know what this lady has done. I hope not, but sometimes they're abusing their narcissists. you know, like, Mom, I'm coming to you. I'm telling you that my uncle or your brother or, you know, the stepdad is raping me. And so somewhere along the way, it could have been no compassion for the daughter. But some kids are just evil. You know, I mean, sometimes there's nothing that's happened like that. But yeah, Miss Angel is she's pro the elder. But if it was the other way around, Miss Angel would behave as if or could give like a sense that the elder has a right to do it. It's another narcissistic lady friend. So the elder can do whatever they want to you, and you cannot defend yourself. Because 2 weeks ago, me and her was on the phone about that video. And I felt like that lady should not have did that to that girl. The elder could have pulled out a gun and shot the girl. And then hit the lady in her face. It's a major strike when you hit somebody in their face. That's a spot no one should ever hit you in. You shouldn't be hit at all. But yeah, okay, Natalie says, I talked about this a few days ago with a family member. I don't support abuse, but sometimes the children will react later in life to the abuse. Yes, it can, and it's not right. And the reason it's not right is the child goes too far. That's when the child needs to go no contact. Yeah. Oh yeah, but Miss Angel, she'll act worried. She sure will. But that's the thing. See, it's act worried. You see, you hear that word act? The wishy-washiness. Thank you so much for the beautiful emojis, Natalie. Natalie said, this is almost funny. Thank you. She took over. Sorry. Yeah, and I'm going to post this video in the description box below. Yes, and then let me find the other video. Let me go get this other device. I'll be right back, okay? So I'll be right back. I'm gonna ask Miss Angel about it. Watch. Miss Angel. Angel. I think you're remember that other case a couple of weeks ago where the elder hit the young lady at the door over the dog dispute? Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can try to find that one. But so okay, because in this video you see like pro elder, right? But in the other video, you seem to think it was okay for the
Hey girl, we got us a new
let me see me go.
Miss Amora, and Amora.
I'm trying to find that video. Hold on.
Now Amora has severe eczema, which messes with.
Hold on. Because in that video, you was more on the elder side, but the elderly lady was the abuser in that video because she hit that girl in her face for no reason.
Yeah.
But you kind of took up for the old lady because you was like, well, people don't respect their elders no more.
Okay, what's that got to do with this?
Because on this one, so you seem to feel sorry for the elder on that one. But then in the other one.
I ain't finished yet. Because, see, what I was going to say is, see, that one lady, when she killed her mama, said she had to do it, that she ran out in the middle of the street naked, blah, blah, blah. She had to do it, because if she didn't, they was going to kill her. They was going to kill her. I know they was going to kill me, you know. So
what in that video?
No, in one that I saw. You know what I'm saying? So when they helped us like that, but she was like, what they all used to do to her, they never this, they never that, and blah, 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 blah. We don't know what this lady has done.
The elder?
Right.
Well, the number one thing she's done.
To that girl as a child.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying too. But
To
I,
that girl as a child.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
but
right. You don't know, like that. And then when she got older and stuff like that, then she's traumatized all of her life. And then as she get older, she can't help herself no more. She just leave her in that motherfucking shit like that. And goddamn it, now she ain't in her right mind. So she's just, now that she's seen that she's already this far with negligence with her and trying to get back for what's happened to her, that she goes into insanity.
but no one has said that nobody ever did anything to her. It's possible, but it's kind of an assumption.
And if there's nobody to say that somebody did something to her,
It might have been presented in court. Maybe that's why she didn't get that much time. Because I was just mentioning that too, like a case where I was thinking that, like, say she let her mama's men rape her.
well,
Stuff, I brought up stuff like that.
They could have been men that she already had been dealing with. And why she let them stay in the garage like that? And then she wasn't responsible for what the fuck they was doing to her. She didn't give a fuck. She wanted all right now. She thought that was supposed to happen. Let them do it to my mama because they did it to me. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, we don't know. The first thing the mama did was she didn't have enough support and she's not protected from that girl.
We don't. If they could have interviewed the mama, we probably had our mouth hanging wide open on that.
She don't have no fear of her mama. That's part of the problem. So I mean, the roles were reversed. So the daughter is acting like she's the mama and the mama is the daughter. So the daughter's aggressive towards her elderly mama. So it's like the mama crying like she the daughter. It's the role reversal. Some people mama would have snatched that bitch up and got violent. It was somebody there to stop it in the car.
Sarah went videotape that shit in the car.
Also, the mama could, if the mama had that kind of relationship with her whole life, it could be a case where she ain't never do nothing to her. The woman's undisciplined.
The people at the bank, shit. I mean,
Natalie, what you think about what Angel's saying?
she could drive, she had a license, shit.
She could drive and got a license, but she got her mama living in feces and got her butthole wide open. So because she got a driver's license, she's a good person, Angel?
No, she got some sense so goddamn way.
Oh, she got some sense.
Yeah, she got some kind of sense, you know how to drive.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. But she don't know how to take care of elders right.
She know how to stop. She know how to read the stop sign. She know how to talk to the people at the bank to get that motherfucking money. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got some kind of goddamn sense. Worth more than 6 goddamn years. Shit. Yeah. After 2 weeks, then you gonna say she's competent. No, hell no. They don't even do that. Us for addicts. The addicts, they say we are not clean. It's out of our system in 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And within 30 days, with no contact to any of your drug friends, your phone shit and shit like that, they take your phone. This is the kind of inpatient programs I've been into, like a high-end one. I had maid service and all that. You know, first 30 days, no chocolate, no caffeine, no sodas, you know, no phone, no busy, nothing but recovery, nothing but meetings and recovery for 30 days. They say you've learned, you could perform, you could pick up a habit within 30 days. So if you put your trash can on the right side of the kitchen and it's been there for 2 years, and then somebody comes and puts it on the left side, and you wake up in the morning, you going straight to the right side. And you gonna snap, who the fuck is the trash can? You know, it happened to me. And so, like that. So before I got you.
Oh, Natalie, you got to remember also, you know, when as Miss Angel deals with me, sometimes that helps give her more compassion too. Because see, it balances itself out because I learned from her too. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be talking to this lady if I thought she was just the stupidest person in the world. I wouldn't do that. She's interesting, Natalie, don't you think? Notice she never answered the question. I asked her about the other case. She deflected. She didn't answer my question on basically why did she think it was okay for the elder to attack the younger girl. I'll get that video for you. Yeah, she never answered the question. Yeah, also she's making up stuff. There was nothing in this video, in this particular video, where they ever said that this lady abused her daughter. She actually was scared to death of her daughter.
Now, what else you got for me?
You talking about as far as another video? You talking about as far as another video?
Yeah.
I'm putting on the other. Oh my God, the man with that tortured and raped a 5-year-old baby, raped her while she alive and dead, and he wanted to die. He asked for the death penalty. He did not want to wait, and so they did the death penalty upon him within 2 years.
It's gonna be worse than that when you gotta answer God.
Yeah. Well, he said he felt like he didn't deserve to live.
Yeah, I know, because they were gonna get bills, were gonna get you everywhere they couldn't. You have to stay in isolation your whole sentence.
Right.
You say you're gonna have to stop in isolation for your whole sentence. I wouldn't care if you ended up being a role model inmate, got it together, doing the Bible studies and all this and that and the other, mentoring others that come in. It's gonna be that one motherfucker that's gonna come in there every other time, and they gonna find out what you was in there for, and they gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Because they don't give a fuck. That's what he ain't the one in here who did that to the 5-year-old. Man, and I got to be away from my daughter for 13 years, and I ain't do shit but sell some drugs. Shit. I got 13 years to do whooping his ass.
Here it goes, Natalie. She don't think selling drugs. You know, people can die off the drugs. She said, "See, here we go. See
I got 13 more to go."
They always another narcissistic lady friend. They're always gonna come back to no compassion. Listen,
segregation, bullshit like that to a child.
She don't think selling drugs is a big deal, and she was in there. Incarcerated for decades and decades. She still does not realize that that's wrong. See? Told you. This is why I just stay on the phone with them. I don't go too much further.
Sure. Let me see. Is that on the same one? Red, what's it called?
No, it's another one. I have to find that one. I just saw that one yesterday. It kind of reminds you of the Shania Davis case. And it's always these big, tall, chocolate, dark-skinned men. The same way with the Shania Davis case. It's like with certain cases. Have you ever noticed certain cases, the people look similar? It's weird. Like they're not the same case. But in this case with this man, the little girl is biracial, but she mostly looks white. But in the mama white. But then in the other case with Shania Davis, the mom was black and the dad was white. But in Shania Davis' case, the black mom sold her daughter to this big, tall black man. And in this case, I'm telling you about with this 5-year-old, this other 5-year-old, a white mom sold her biracial daughter to the black man. Both of them biracial kids. And then the mothers are different races, you know, but it's just it's just a dynamic. It almost looks like a hate crime to me because the little girls are biracial. They're black and white, so it's kind of like, to me they should put more charges on them, like it's a hate crime, right? Because it's like it's, I don't know, they I think in those cases they just need to be, well, they gave them the death penalty. I mean, I guess that's the most you can do. I mean, but let me find that case. It's in here somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep because it's 4 in the morning, and then that way I can get up. I don't want to sleep all day.
She ain't sent me my money yet.
Yeah. Oh, she ain't paid you yet. And then that one guy was asking you if you wanted some weed. They probably trying to get off from not paying. Yeah.
That's why I think,
Yeah.
No.
Now you want your money.
Yeah. He had some on a plate. He had a nice little 20 sack on the plate. Like I was gonna jump on that. And I'm like, nope. I got to die. I got plenty of that. That's why I tell him, first of all, I won't have shit. I'm high. I have plenty of weed. Shit. Right. No.
Let me try to find this other
I know
case.
you braid the hair and shit, so. Cause I can't see what else in the house she wanted done. The way I got that motherfucker going and looking shit. What's up? What you want me to do? I don't want to sit there so you can get me. I already said some shit to make her look good. She's got a big heart and she's doing some. I don't know. He got these funny looking eyes. Shit. I got my own work I gotta go do tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she be trying to catch me in the mornings and this and that, and I'm not. So she get off work at. No, I be up. No, I'm a night owl. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't mind when you talk about new time. This my time. It's my time. Shit. I done stayed up for damn near 3 months all night working on this motherfucking grant. And she's the one that's on the board to make the decision. You hear me?
Oh, she is.
Yep.
Oh, then come to find out, Ted Bundy freaking killed an 8-year-old when he was 14 years old.
Well, I've been through that.
Oh, you knew that he did that when he was 14?
I've been through that.
Oh, wow. But in most of the videos, that should be to the forefront. I didn't realize he started killing that young. I knew he killed that 12-year-old right before he went to prison. I think that was the last death, right, that he killed. But I never knew that he killed an 8-year-old when he was 14. They always made it seem like that was the first child he killed, was the 12-year-old.
No, he already had a pattern.
Yeah, so he's already killed another kid. But to me, they should have brought up that little girl more. Yeah, so okay, good night, Miss Angel. So that way you can get up and get your rest. And this phone is powering off anyway.
What you think about Elijah? The 2 weeks is up. What's going on?
I think he got a few more days.
Oh, okay.
So I think he got another almost week or something. Yeah. I messaged him. He said, thank me. I told him get him a phone. He needs to get him a phone.
He ain't got a phone yet.
Yeah. So see, that type of stuff. See, he don't want anything out of life. You cannot get nothing in life till you get a phone. You must have a phone or have access to one.
Right. That's what they said about Nolan. They said, how would he stay back on an island and not have his phone?
Yeah. So I mean, it just Elijah. I mean, I paid for his phone the whole time he lived with me, you know, but he kept breaking them and stuff like that, losing them, breaking them. I mean, he never could keep a phone long anyway, but I understand he don't have a job. I get it. But he can get a free phone. He can get a free phone. So because he gets those stamps. So that qualifies him for a free phone. It may not be the fanciest phone he like, but
They good phones. They get our iPhones now.
oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I sent the link to him, but I don't know.
The iPhone 8.
I can't have
He'll be like, thanks, and then he'll never do it. He'll be sitting there and like I was like, ain't you gonna call the so-and-so people? Yeah, I guess I go ahead on and do that again. I was like, okay, yeah, it's 9 o'clock. You know, office hours are open. I said, I go in my room and shut my door. I leave my tablet right there. I said, you're free to pick it up and use it in job search or whatever you need to do. You know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It seems, you know, it's gonna be a lot to it's a lot of work.
It's just like he's so mentally stagnated.
Elijah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, I get that, you know, but he gonna
You know, like when he had the meeting with the pastor, you know what I'm saying, like that. That was like 2 or 3 days ahead of time or something like that or whatever, and stuff. And so I know he had one change of clothes, and I was low on funds at the time, or else I would have went to the Goodwill and got him something. But you know, but I could, you know, and somebody came over here and gave me some stuff and stuff like that.
all his clothes is at his house. He got a whole wardrobe at that apartment.
I know that, but when he was here, he didn't have anything.
Oh, he didn't have nothing with him.
No, when he got out of jail, he went straight to Kenny's.
Oh yeah.
So Kenny's came here.
Yeah.
Right. I ain't heard nothing from him in over a week or so, and he's coming by.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't heard nothing from him. He keeps me on the back burner for about the middle of the month. So it's almost time for him to get paid. And he'll come over here and let some work from y'all, something to do every motherfucking day. I got something for you to do. Shit.
I don't know what to do with Elijah, but I cannot let anyone in here that's gonna be bringing them people in. I just don't have enough security here for especially how Elijah acts. He can be pretty ruthless in a house, and I'm just afraid that he'll return to acting like that once he got comfortable, and I just can't have him. Bitch Kaylin here. My bitch is staying. You know, I mean, I just know how he takes it over. With Daniel, that part I can stop. There's some morals there, but see, Elijah straight up told me he's her protector, not mine. So I just don't know what to do, because I just don't want to have my place taken over like that. And I don't want it to turn criminal where it just escalates. Because like the police said, my case is listed to be deadly. And I don't want nothing to happen. It's bringing him back in the neighborhood. And it's just not a good thing. And I don't want to end up, you know, removed from here for that. You know what I mean? Because when Elijah come, the police coming with it. It's just an automatic. The police either looking for him, he doing a new case, he beating up on Kaylin and they fighting, and she beating on him. It's just always bringing the police right back to the house. And I don't like that. And I told him he wasn't welcome in my house no more. And so if I bring him back in here, I'm not sticking to that. And I could have a bad outcome from going against my word. But see, my rules have changed. That's the thing. See, it's just like when he came back 2023 and stayed for a little while. He wasn't down for washing his own clothes. See, I don't leave people here alone no more.
Right. That's all.
Yeah, see that rule has changed. And he's not, I mean, when he was visiting, he kind of seen that, but that's different visiting when you can't stay here alone because you ain't here long. You're here a week or so, right? But now, is he gonna be willing to leave every time I leave? No, he's not gonna keep doing that. And I just can't. I don't know. He might have figured something out, but I know that. And then the weapons, that's another thing him and Daniel do. We can control Daniel a little bit more when he comes here, right? Daniel won't bring you tell Daniel one time it's certain things he'll obey by, like as if the church maybe helps with that, right? But with Elijah, it's just, he's not going to listen to anything I say. He's not going to listen because he's not used to these rules. Daniel is used to leaving when we have to leave. He knows we go, you gotta go. But Elijah, he's not used to that. He's used to sitting up in that one spot in his apartment all day. And see, I can't have no body just sitting up in there here like that. No phone. He's not trying hard enough. And see, Elijah, he don't fight the criminal justice system enough as well. Like, he just, whatever they give him, he signs. I don't like that shit neither, right? Like that gross misdemeanor. Because see, he coming back here now, and a lot of people not going to hire him with that domestic violence, gross misdemeanor. That's like having a felony on you, and it's new, and he shouldn't have signed that shit. He ain't signed that shit when we was calling on him. He ain't got no case for his family because he gonna always say he ain't do that. But he just took a case, and so he returned. So he's doing is returning here damaged goods and expecting me to fix it all, and it's too damaged for me to fix. You see what I'm saying? So, he breaks the law too much. He coming over here with no job. He gonna start back stealing at these stores. And see, Elijah, he's non-stoppable. Daniel was doing the same thing, but I told Daniel to stop. He stopped. I don't know if he goes anywhere else with the theft. I don't know, but they stopped calling me about Daniel. Yeah, so I don't know what to do. I told him a year ago to go to a shelter. I told him he can't come back here. I said, eventually, especially since you have no plans of paying the people, if you have no money to pay, you got to go. Eventually you got to go because you ain't got no money. You don't even have no money to go into a payment arrangement. He doesn't have nothing to put down, unfortunately, So I just can't have no killing at my house. Me and Isaiah, we're just at so much peace right now. And, bringing Elijah back in here, that's not really peaceful. And see, he acts innocent in front of you, but that's not how he act here. He's a monster. And so I have to be careful with letting a monster back up in here.
Hi, it's Gabriel here. I'm inviting you to join me in a free webinar.
Because at least he's not beating on his mother.
True that.
So bringing him back up in there, you know, he's coming back here as a woman beater now. This dude beats on women now. He's a woman beater. So you know how that go. He'll be trying to whoop on me and Caitlin. He knew better, and he should obey the law and stop getting in trouble.
Okay, look like she want to go outside again today.
She's Natalie. She's pro Elijah. These are the ladies, another narcissistic lady friend. These are the ladies that'll get you killed. Because they'll talk you into helping somebody and they'll get you unalived. See, at the end of the day, she doesn't have to suffer the consequences. Remember that. With another narcissistic lady friend, they do not suffer the consequences. For one, it's not their child, for real. Yeah, she was silent. And what do you feel about that silence, Natalie? The silence is her disagreement. See, with another narcissist, huh?
That's about 2 hours long.
What was 2 hours long? Yeah,
You going to bed already?
oh yeah.
Oh, you ready to bed?
Oh yeah, I said what was 2 hours long. Yeah, I'm going to bed. So I'll talk to you. Huh? Oh, the case you was watching? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'll talk to you later on. Good night, Miss Angel.
Okay, good night.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, a minute.
Yeah, Natalie. So yeah, she was quiet. Oh yeah, that's the thing. This is why. Natalie, you're right. So Natalie says, yep, silence can go either way, but hers was more of, well, you're his mother. She didn't say it, but I felt it. Yes. But the thing is, I don't want to be somebody's dead mother. See, with narcissistic lady friends, Natalie, they can't. It's just like Ted Bundy. You couldn't get his mother to believe till basically his last days that he was a monster, right? So I know I got Elijah on my lives wishing a death curse on me, saying he gonna have a witch do a death curse on me. Was you on that live, Natalie? It was a live some months back when I was into it with him and Kaylin. Yeah, it's in one of my lives. Elijah said it himself. That was when I first started doing the phone chronicles, I think. I think Elijah and well, I wouldn't say Elijah was my first phone chronicle, but I think that's when I got into those phone chronicles. It's been a while. It's been months and months. It was before the baby died. Kaylin's baby. So it was prior to February of 2026. Yeah. So it probably was around maybe December, January, maybe. It's in my lives. It sure is. He's on there wishing that he's saying he gonna have his witch friend, which is Miss Jennifer mom. Oh, by the way, that witch friend is now in a no contact with Elijah. She ghosted Elijah. Even a witch don't fuck with Elijah. You know, and I love my children. It's nothing personal. It's not like I wish I could tell you something different. Yeah, another narcissistic lady friend to get me killed. See, once I let Elijah in the door, see, this is the thing. I'm gonna tell you something too, Natalie. We was just watching that case about that elderly lady living in the feces, right? Say I got sick up in here and Elijah did that to me. I was laying up here in feces and with infection. Hopefully nobody would rape me in my anus, but you're opening yourself up to it. It's dangerous to have these type of people because you could get sick, right? So the thing is, my rules have changed due to the situation with Elijah and Daniel. That's why Daniel scooted out of here. Daniel don't be here much because he can't handle the rules. I do not leave these people at my residence alone. I cannot turn my house into a drug house. And then if I'm not here, they're going to be eventually bringing these people in here. It's only a matter of time because they've aged out, Natalie. Yeah, but you can tell she feels like I should help Elijah. But she's told me the other day that when he's quiet and silent, it's a discomfort to her. Because I asked her the other day, we was talking about Elijah. She said, well, you don't even know Elijah's there when Elijah was staying with Miss Angel. See, she gives me the evidence that I need to understand that it's not healthy for me to help Elijah. Yeah, so she said because remember, Elijah stayed with Miss Angel. She met Elijah first through their half brother, Lil Kenny, from their dad's side, right? So Elijah met Miss Angel when he got out of jail in April, the beginning of April of this year, 2026. So she said that Kaylin was nasty. She let both of them stay. Kaylin was nasty. And she said Elijah was a little junky, but he did try to clean up. But one of the things Elijah does is just sits there and he's kind of quiet. And I asked Miss Angel, how did that make her feel? And she said it made her feel uncomfortable. So that's why one Black woman every 5.5 hours gets murdered in the United States. Elijah's a Black male. I'm a Black female. So he's at the higher risk of killing, and I'm at the higher risk of getting unalived. So it's just a big consideration. I don't want him in the streets, but I also, where does he get his money from? He's coming here with no cash. Then Miss Angel told me that he just exchanges his food stamps for weed and liquor. And then he comes back here a woman beater, right? And see, when you let somebody behind your doors, that's how you get taken hostage too. I could say, well, okay, Elijah, it's time to go. We got to leave. He could pull a knife on me and say, bitch, you ain't going nowhere. And lock Isaiah out and won't let nobody in. You can get taken hostage and kidnapped in your own home too. You just got to be very careful who you let behind your doors. It's a violation of your lease. Remember, I've already taken Elijah off my lease. He's not on my lease anymore. So also when you move people in that's not on the lease, it's a violation of your lease. And the police gonna start coming back. When Elijah comes back, the police are back. I mean, you hear me do some phone chronicles, Natalie, with the police and stuff like that. I mean, I do my phone chronicles. I'll call the police, but the police are not having to come to the door as of right now. But when Elijah comes back, the police got to come to the door, if that makes sense. Now I'm just interacting with the police over the phone. Like I was kind of helping Elijah because he just went to jail again, right? So I do support him. I just support Elijah outside of the home. One of my boundaries is he just can't come here. And Daniel's on the same road, right? Daniel's pretty much right behind him. Neither one of them mean me well. Nobody can hate you more than somebody you gave birth to. This is why it's beneficial for some people not to have children. I got very lucky, to be a Black girl. I got very lucky. I mean, one of my sons is okay and is a good person. But Isaiah's went through some things too. He wasn't perfect. But I mean, one son truly respects me more and reciprocates love, and Isaiah's giving, he's kind and all of that. He's trying his best. So yeah, but I felt that. I felt what you felt when she was silent. Daniel text harasses me, Natalie. Thanks for asking about Daniel, but Daniel's doing psychological warfare on me. And he keeps saying he's gonna give me the checks, he's gonna give me my money. So both of them like to kind of play with your mind. Like the psychological abuse. Remember my family case, the police said back in 2022, it's considered, I did a live about this. I just did a live about this, of the prediction that the officer made. It's considered to end deadly. However, does it have to end deadly? No, it doesn't have to end deadly. It's not deadly right now. Just keep them out the house. You got to sacrifice people, Natalie. Look, if a police tell you it's going to end deadly, what do you have to do? I got to decide I don't want to die, and I don't want Isaiah to die, my oldest son. See, just because someone's your children don't mean they necessarily care about you and love you, right? Yeah, it's not real love. I mean, the kids can fake it for a while, but as they grow up, I know what real love is. Wouldn't no son that loved me, wouldn't no sons that love me, see, you can love your children or love anyone and they not love you back. That's how that works. It's possible for it to happen that way. So so she's not, see, Miss Natalie, I mean, not Miss Natalie, Miss Angel. So Natalie, Miss Angel, she just came into the situation. Now there's other people. She's also not the police. The police told me don't let Elijah or Kaylin in my house. I actually went to the police to, kind of get some counsel about this. It was within the last 2 months. I was in the street, in the middle of the street, praying with one of my favorite police officers. He told me, don't let him back in here. The case, my family case, is listed to end in death. And seeing a situation like this, I could not live with. This would make me, I'm not a suicidal person, but I'm going to tell you what I could not live with. Me bringing Elijah especially, or even Daniel at this point. Daniel comes here. He was here the other day. It's very uncomfortable with him too. These are drug addicts, right? They smell funny. They have all these different odors on them. These aren't clean guys since they're on drugs too, Natalie. I'm not trying to talk about my sons, but there's not brushing their teeth, hair, like Daniel. His dreads are stinking. It's a depression. These people bring depression upon your life. They are of legal age. By law, I do not have to provide for them anymore. All Daniel do is text and ask me for money. So what I couldn't live with is knowing that Elijah's an undiagnosed psychopath and knowing that Daniel's wicked, okay? Because Daniel's not diagnosed. Remember, you don't have to be a psychopath to just be a wicked person, because not every psychopath is wicked. You can work with a psychopath and they just be normal. They speak, Not all of them are violent. There's some actual great psychopaths, because not every psychopath is going to be a wicked person. Because remember, they do have the ability to have cognitive empathy. It just depends on how they were raised. But what I don't want to do is bring an undiagnosed psychopath in here, which is Elijah. And what I wouldn't forgive myself for is something happening to Isaiah, the son that don't do anything wrong to me. Sometimes you got to pick who you're going to save. I don't really have the support to save them all. There's no man here with pistols. That might make it more dangerous. If I was with my ex-aware narcissist and we lived together, all those guns he got, they could take my ex guns and kill everybody in the house. Maybe that's why it was a blessing that I didn't end up with him, because that gives my children the literal ammunition to unalive the whole family. As of now, neither one of them have a real gun. There's no real gun that Elijah and Daniel have. So yeah, you could hear Miss Angel was quiet, but Miss Angel like a lot of company. I like peace. And at the end of the day, she gonna be way at her house when Elijah's acting up and ain't nothing she could do with him. She can't do nothing with Elijah. She don't even have transportation to get to me. I would be stuck over here with that undiagnosed psychopath. And another narcissistic lady friend, they're always going to think you're over exaggerating it. She's already said it's uncomfortable for her when he's in the house. She don't bring him back in her house. But just because I'm his mother, I have to bring him back in my house and put myself in danger. That's not how that works. Not for me anyway. You don't have to put yourself in danger over an adult child. The child is over 18. You don't have to do that. You got to view him just as another person. Elijah's used to being in his own place, and I leave people in my house. And that can create violence because he's not going to want to leave my house every morning. Also, I have a discomfort with my undiagnosed psychopathic son always knowing when Isaiah is coming and going. Because remember, all the death threats from Elijah, especially towards Isaiah to unalive him. Those threats have gone away. There's no new threats because I keep the undiagnosed psychopath out of my home. So I don't want to change what's working. Everyone is safe because I no longer have Elijah in my home. Daniel and Elijah threaten to kill each other. So if I bring Elijah back in the neighborhood, yeah, like you're just asking about Daniel. I appreciate that, Natalie. But what if I bring Elijah back and now I come on the video and say, well, guess what, y'all? Elijah has murdered Daniel, or Daniel has murdered Elijah. I would feel at fault because I brought Elijah back. Now, if one of them died and they chose to leave my house, which is what both of them have done, Elijah and Daniel, neither one of them were put out. See, this is the thing. When anyone leaves your residence and they have been gone a while, you don't have to take them back. And if something happens to them, because they left, if you don't take them back, it's not your fault that they die out there, if that makes sense. You don't have to feel bad about that because they left on their own, and them leaving, your life changed. See, when people move out, your life changes. Elijah's going to bring that girl up in this house, and my life is going to be a living hell. I'm going to have to get a no contact order because Elijah going to tell me one day, nah, bitch, I'm not leaving. That's how he talks to you. Nah, bitch, I'm not leaving. See, people like that, they'll get you charges too. You know, I don't want to end up locked up myself behind it. When it's just one of them, Daniel, we can keep under control. But even Daniel has left. Daniel understands that this ain't for him. My rules, my new rules. See, when people do you like this, you have to create new rules and a safety plan. So my new rules are a person earns their way. Like Isaiah, he don't smoke dope here. If I'm downstairs or I'm in my makeshift studio, Isaiah's fine. I don't have this problem with Isaiah. I come upstairs and check. Isaiah's on his tablet. He's doing his stuff relating to work. He's cleaning. He comes down to eat. Isaiah gets here fairly late because he works late. So, by the time Isaiah gets here, and Isaiah's just at so much peace. Like I said before, my oldest son is the true victim. That's the true victim, not me and Elijah and Daniel. The true victim is someone that had no choice in this matter. So my oldest son, he had no choice when I went on and I decided to have 2 baby kids. Okay, so when I go and I meet another man and I go have 2 baby kids, then I'm victimizing my firstborn son. I could have just not had more children. Think about it. Okay? Think about it. I could have just did that, but they're not mad that they're born. I don't think it's a good fit. I could feel that in Miss Angel's voice, but see, I've been through this situation and he's my son. She don't know how dangerous Elijah is. I know that because Elijah's my son. She wasn't in court when they called him an undiagnosed psychopath. Elijah just sent me a message telling me I'm a joke. Yeah, he's still insulting me. Why would you let somebody stay in your house that's talking to you like that? It may not be a wise choice. In a perfect world, Natalie and everyone, I would when they were little. I wish it could be a perfect world. But when they were little boys, 2 of them were not drug addicted. They weren't false claiming gangs. Oh, Daniel just got assaulted. Natalie, when you get time, go back and review the last live. I called it, I think I called it Narcissistic and Text Messaging, part 23. Yeah, and I looked up what you're a joke means, and I sent Elijah a message about that. Someone saying you're a joke mean it's bad. Let me read to you. Yeah, I looked it up. It's a major insult. He said it like the white people way. So I sent him the phone link as well so he could. So he said, because I told him, he doesn't think he can stay here. So he said, you just a joke at the end of the day. Elijah sent me this on August 10th. You shouldn't have people in your house that's talking shit to you like this. See, right now, I just deal with it on the messenger. Elijah, he's not calling me the B word anymore. That's good. He stopped doing that because every time he called me the B word, I told him, you should have been aborted. We went back and forth with that for every 3 to 6 months. He started again. I'm the B word. And I said, you should have been aborted. That made him cry. That made him upset. Caitlin even got on me about it. I said, well, tell that Negro to stop calling me the B word. I'll stop when he stops. He finally stopped. Because I said, every time you have to treat psychopaths this way. You cannot be a punk ass parent with a psychopath. That's why Jeffrey Dahmer was the way he was. So you got to remember, I got a psychopath, right? But he ain't running around being no serial killer, unaliving people. Yeah, he fights Kaylin, but you got to remember she's a narcissistic sociopath. Both are abusers. She's also beating on Elijah as well. Okay, So that ain't no great situation. But when someone says you're a joke, let me see, this is what it means. It means a person that lacks worth, skill, or serious value. So when Elijah said you're a joke, saying that to his own mother, okay, he says you lack worth, skill, or serious value. And I told him I do have skill and serious value. That's why you just got your butt back out of jail. I was just on the phone with when you were in jail. He didn't even have a hearing because of what I talked to the investigator about. I was on one of my lives when the investigator Michael called that weekend. And I told him, don't insult me again. And I said, your insult was a lie. I have worth, you sellout. I called him a fucking sellout. But I can discipline like this at a distance. But in my house, nah. He might try to jump on me like he does Kaylin. You got to remember this. Okay. I'm explaining this to y'all. Narcissistic sociopaths, you got to look at Miss Angel's background. She spent a vast and major amount of her life in the penitentiary. She was in the penal system over 30 years, and she did one sentence, one stretch of 17 years. From the time she was 17 years old to 34 years old. Okay, so you can't really, their lives are not peaceful lives. The average narcissistic sociopathic woman, they never will be able to attain the peace that I have right now because they don't put in the work. Another narcissistic lady friend is afraid to say no in the way that I can. They're afraid of no, so they never have peace. They're afraid of allowing people to meet their own consequences. If I don't let Elijah stay here and he dies on the street, hey, better me than him. Better him than me, I mean. That's the reality of it. Better him than me. Because I would look at it like, well, hey, if I would have brought him back in my house, myself or Isaiah could experience that type of harm. So no, safety over everything. Remember Miss Angel, she deals with dudes like Prince. Remember the dude that was throwing the drink? Oh, thank you so much, Natalie. Natalie says, click a like and please and thank you. Natalie says, thank you, moderator. I appreciate you. Whomever's here, say hi to Natalie, my moderator. Yeah, but Natalie, how you picked up on that silence. Yeah, you picked up on that silence. I'm going to read this again. Natalie says earlier, let me see. She was silent. Yep, silence can go either way. But hers was more of, well, you're his mother. She didn't say it, but I felt it. Yeah. I am his mother, but being somebody's mother is not a death wish. The police can explain it best. Me being somebody's mother don't mean I have to die behind them. That's not what that means. I could see if he was 5. You know, if he was 5, yeah, I should go get him from outside. I can control a 5-year-old. But see, Miss Angel, she's looking at him like he's 5. Because that's the facade he put on. She doesn't know that Elijah is a monster, right? Elijah has, you know, and we all can have it like a multiple, kind of like multiple personalities. And I'm also Isaiah's mother. I have a son here. See, Elijah's off my lease. I am not legally responsible for Elijah in any way. So I'm a Scorpio. So this is how I run a house. And this is why if you live with a Scorpio, don't lead a house because you are very. So Daniel's not here right now. It's just me and Isaiah. So I'm always zoned in on what's here. So right now, Isaiah is in his room, sleep, and Natalie. I got Natalie and Isaiah. My moderator, Natalie, or the channel moderator and Isaiah. That's my priority. So if someone was to come in here and attack the channel moderator, I have to help handle that, or Natalie will do it, and Isaiah. So Scorpios were very fixed on who we're supposed to protect. And I'm supposed to be protecting Isaiah. And this is why Black women stay so broke. You know why? They stay so poor because they run off good people. Now, Elijah and Daniel, they will never give me my money back. Elijah owes me money too. He owes me $200. He said he was going to get me 2 Caesar salads when I went to go get that phone from Evidence. Caitlin owes me $200. None of them pay me my money back. Daniel right now owes me $1,500 to $2,000. Okay. So how much money did I lose? That's already $2,420. I can't keep making those financial moves. You don't want to make it 10,000, 20,000. You want to stop while you're ahead with giving bad people your money. Daniel just texts me every day. He won't even answer his phone. Elijah's not trying hard enough. He has this PO and he's supposed to do a domestic violence class. See, the thing with me when I'm helping people, one of my best gifts is helping you ahead of time. Like with this embezzlement, I just had this hearing. I took care of a lot of it ahead of time. See, I'm not a millionaire. So if someone gets too deep in, it's a lot I can't do now. They done made it too big, right? So what I'm very good at is preventative problems. Like right now, I'm good at safety plan and a preventative measure. Also, my privacy is at stake, right? Like Elijah, he doesn't know about this channel. He doesn't know about this channel. So what happens if one of them go in there and stab Isaiah while I'm in here making a video, right? You know, I have to be careful letting the enemy in. The police told me not to do it. Elijah and Daniel are not very loyal. I don't think it's safe for Elijah to be in the neighborhood with Daniel. Elijah has threatened to throw Daniel off his balcony, and Daniel has threatened Elijah as well. He threatened to shoot and kill him. Well, Elijah started the threats, though. Elijah's been the one threatening Daniel for years. Now Daniel's grown up. Daniel's like, come out the house. I'll shoot you dead, nigga. Yeah, that's how he talked to him. I heard the message. Daniel called him a dirty ass nigga. Elijah called me and let me hear the message. But I said, Elijah, well, you've been threatening him for years. My goodness. Finally, he's threatening you back. But the thing with Elijah and Daniel, both of them will threaten me without me threatening them first. That's one MO and similarity that they have. Yeah. See, yeah, you know, Daniel, but you got to look at the crop they come from. You got to be careful who you buy. Got to be careful who you have your children by. Okay? Be very, very cautious because this is the consequence. But the thing is, at least what I do have right now is somewhat of a relationship with all three of my sons. Elijah, we talk through Messenger because he has no phone. These are poverty men too. Poverty men, you got to start putting more value on people's character and their finances. Son, he has both. He has character and finances. He's like, Mama, what you need? Isaiah told me one time, he said, Mama, if you have all that trouble back in here, I'm going to move. Isaiah told me he was going to leave. Isaiah's already told me he can't live like that. Isaiah, he don't want Elijah in the streets. You know what I mean? But I told Elijah a year ago to call the community helpline, tell them you homeless right now, and get a transitional housing or shelter. I already told Elijah that. Elijah's not going to stop breaking the law. And I don't want his next crime to be unaliving me, and I never be on another video. Or I'm on here with a throat pipe in my mouth because I can't speak no more. I gotta write out messages or on my post. I gotta now type everything on my post because I can't talk because I've been stabbed in the throat or some weird shit. This shit can happen to you. So, Miss Angel, another narcissistic lady friend, this is the part of my life that I'm able to do that they don't have that capability. Like Prince, that dude Prince that threw that drink on her wall a few years ago. It wouldn't have happened to me in that case because I wouldn't have had him in my house. Even Elijah and Daniel haven't done that. Do no soda pop all on my wall and went crazy. They ain't do no, that's a pet peeve of mine. I did the video about my ex-father-in-law when, he ended up dead. I did the video about that. Remember I said he was throwing food on the wall? He's throwing it at his wife. He had been abusing her since she had been about 16. And one of the abuses that my ex-father-in-law used to do was throw the food on the wall. And I'm not talking about my father-in-law from my marriage. Not that. I'm talking about, it was not a legal marriage, but he was my son's grandpa, step grandpa. Yeah, because me and that man, we was considering marriage, but we decided not to do it. But, I don't believe a piece of paper makes you family. I just don't. That was my father-in-law. I was probably closer to that man than I was my ex-husband's father, to be quite frank. Yeah. So your father-in-law is your father-in-law. It doesn't have to be a piece of paper, but he used to throw food on the wall, and my walls are clean. I can't have that in my house. People throwing food all on my walls and acting all crazy. So, bringing Elijah back in here is definitely a major demon, right? And my privacy is at stake. I just like my privacy now. I don't like people in here when I'm here. The only person I feel comfortable with being here when I'm home is Isaiah. But I like being here by myself. I'm able to focus on my channel. I got things going for me. I mean, Natalie, I have a moderator now, which is you, And so there's things I have to lose if I make the wrong decisions. Yep, exactly, Natalie. Natalie says, is that the one where the doctor said natural causes? Yep. Because I was there when the medic and the fire department came, and remember all the pills were gone. Every pill bottle, every single pill was gone out of many, many pill bottles. Not one pill was in there. And so that was suspicious. And the wife had mentioned things, she just wanted him to be quiet and go to sleep. I said, well, that's accomplished. You definitely got him sleep. He's never waking up. But then in the meantime, because I was called to the scene, so I was there. That's my, I think that was my first time being called to a dead body that was in a house, from what I recall, of an elder. So I was called because I was very close to the man. So myself and his sister was called, my father-in-law's sister. So remember, the doctor had told him at first, Mr. Austin, I hate you. Remember, that happened before the pills was missing. So this doctor, he was so cruel to his doctor that this particular doctor told him that he hated him. Mr. Austin, I hate you. So that day when that happened, my father-in-law had told me, he said, let me tell you some unprofessional shit, Irene. Because my father-in-law, he would talk to me just like, I was his real daughter. He said, man, ain't this some unprofessional shit? He said, I know you're a professional. This, because he considered me a professional. So, he knew that I would say, yeah, that is kind of unprofessional. But he admitted that he treated that doctor real bad. So he told him he hated him. But that's because my father-in-law was severely abusing that doctor. So this is the same doctor that responded to that call. I heard him on speakerphone. And they were trying to get a case going. Like, this is suspicious. These pills are missing. I mean, what do you know about this patient? Who laughed about it? The doctor? Natalie? Yeah. Oh, my father-in-law laughed. Yeah, he did. So my father-in-law laughed at what the doctor said. We both did. Because, my father-in-law mocked it. Yeah. So, we both did. My father-in-law had a great sense of humor. He was funny as hell. So he's like, Irene, let me tell you this some unprofessional shit. You won't believe what my fucking doctor said today. And I was like, what's going on, Dad? Because I called him Dad. He said, the motherfucking doctor told me, you know what, Mr. Austin? I hate you. This is how this doctor talks too. He talks just like this, right? He talks like that. It's a traditional white man voice. This was a white doctor. And he told his doctor, he said, that's some unprofessional shit you saying. What kind of doctor you tell your patient that I'm your patient? And they debated more about it. It was that, but, the doctor was basically saying, yeah, you're my patient, but you don't care anything about me, Mr. Austin. The doctor was saying, you act like you hate me as well. So, yeah, we laughed about it. But that same doctor is the reason that case wasn't investigated and no autopsy was done. Because when the medics and the fire department checked in on speakerphone, I heard it for myself. The doctor said, oh, natural causes. I said, damn. The fuck? They said, okay. So you're saying that the pill is suspicious? He said it once again. Natural causes. They was like, okay, my bad. We won't call you back, man. So they, one of the medics and fire department, they put their hands to the side and put them up like, damn, that was weird. But see, they don't know the whole story like I knew it. But they knew that doctor didn't like that man. They was like, well, see, your doctor has a lot to do with your case, especially if you're overdosed with their prescriptions they gave you and stuff like that. The doctor has a lot to do with, like, if the doctor would have said no, he should have at least 4 pill bottles left right now. No, there's no way that all of those pills should be empty. he just filled those prescriptions. I know those are new. I just called in 8 of those prescriptions. And if you see 8 pill bottles, none of them should be all empty. So see, if the doctor would have said that, they would have went right over to my father-in-law's wife and had a discussion. And an arrest could be made, or she could have been taken down, or maybe she wouldn't have went to jail. I don't know. But I just stayed. My thing is, when I went behind the door, I said, what's all this shit on this wall? And I said stuff on the wall. I did say stuff because one of my pet peeves is cursing around the deceased. You got to remember, my father-in-law is laid out dead in the bed, and he was crooked. He was in a crooked position. He was laid crisscross across the bed. So I was like, come on now, let's have some respect for this dead man's body. So he had this big white kufi. So, I said, we got to get him looking better than this. I mean, come on now. Dad shouldn't be looking like this. So because of the respect I had for the body, because I'm like, let's put him on his side of the bed. This is just not right. Let's, but at the time I did that, when I first got there, I didn't know about any empty pill bottles. I wasn't paying attention to that. And the medics didn't ask me anything about, was he already in this position? I was just trying to I felt bad for Dad. I called him Dad. That was my father-in-law. And at the time, his son that I was dating was away on a vacation, you could say, right? And so I just had a, kind spirit for the man. He was my son's only grandpa, because when my sons are born, all of their grandparents are already deceased on their father's side and my side. So he was my son's only grandpa. I never left my sons around him alone. I want to point that out. My sons were never allowed to be around him alone. I was always supervising the visits and all of that. Okay, so just to point that out. I was very, very cautious with who I left my sons with, but you got to be careful leaving them with their siblings. You thinking their siblings are okay, and you're not knowing one of them's an undiagnosed psychopath. You can't win for losing. And those type of people will hurt your children as well. They sure will. If there's siblings that appear to be charming, but it's an undiagnosed psychopath, then they're doing things. They can be doing all kind of things to your kids, raping them, molesting them, threatening them, giving them drugs. It's a list of things. Beating on them, stealing from them. There's a whole list of things that undiagnosed psychopaths can do to family members. And you can just watch case after case and see that type of stuff. So, so let me check the comments. So Natalie, I appreciate you paying attention to that silence. But all narcissists do that. And remember, I pointed out in one video, they do not agree with my decisions. Remember? I told you that. Because it's my decisions that I make, most narcissistic lady friends are incapable of making. They all make those decisions later. Like with Miss Angel. Prince got a chance to throw the drink at her wall. Remember, that guy had already threatened to throw hot coffee on the bus driver when Prince and Miss Angel were on the bus. Remember? Yeah, Miss roommate, he lives in her apartment building. And then, Unique, the roommate that's using her now. I'm not sure if Unique is there. I haven't heard him there. I got to ask her what happened to Unique. I think he's still there, but he's there not paying her. Right? So narcissistic lady friends, there's no preventative measures in stopping. We don't live alike. They're not managing their homes in the way I do. I'm actively protecting and looking for threats and managing my situation. As of today, there's no trouble. Little text garbage stuff with Daniel. That don't kill me, having a text dispute. Having a little dispute with Elijah over Messenger, none of that can kill me. It's the house thing. Another narcissistic lady friend, they do not protect what comes behind that door of their home, and they don't protect it soon enough. So we don't live alike. I stated this in another video as well. Another narcissistic lady friend, they do not approve of my decisions. And so I have to go against the grain with them. I know my situation better. Miss Angel just met us. She just met us this year. She doesn't know what happened in 2022. Another narcissistic lady friend too, they cannot see beyond what they see. So she hasn't seen Elijah violent. So she can't imagine him violent. She doesn't see what I see because she doesn't know him. Okay? So she's only going to go off what she sees. And remember, they're pro-predator. Remember, another narcissistic lady friend, I mentioned this once before. The problem with them is their empathy, the small amount that they have, is usually for the predator. She's thinking about Elijah not being in the street, not Elijah unaliving me and Isaiah. Miss Angel priority is not me and Isaiah. She's also not being a good friend. Kill or be killed. That's what it's about. They left. Don't leave your home in the first place. And then you won't have to worry about having to try to get back in. Both of them leave. Daniel and Elijah. Daniel's doing the same thing. He's breaching a contract. When I add you under other occupants on my lease, you're supposed to help pay rent. You're supposed to help support. You're supposed to be a team member and all of that. I don't treat kids like they 5 years old their whole life. That's crazy. So, Elijah might have figured something out. He hasn't messaged me and asked me if he could come here again. He got an extension, he said. The extension goes another 2 weeks. And so I think he has a few more days or something. Yeah. Him and Kaylin might have went and got a motel or hotel. I don't know the current situation. Isaiah stays here for shorter periods of time. So say I go hang out at the bar or club near the house. Not necessarily drinking. I just go in there and watch TV. I hang out with my friends. I do that. So I go, sometimes Isaiah and I go together to our favorite place. Then sometimes Isaiah go alone or I go alone. So if I go up there, like one day I stayed up there like an hour and a half. I was there from like 11 to 12:30. Isaiah was home. But see, it's different when you're leaving one person home alone and they're not being left alone with the predators. It's safer. But if I'm going to be gone 8 or 10 hours, like that, I sure don't. Isaiah's weakness is the door, y'all. You know, Isaiah, he's a little like a Miss Angel on some level where he's kind to predators. So with Isaiah, the weakness is, you know, because I'll tell Isaiah, you know, if I'm not leaving Isaiah here, I trust him a little more or a lot more. I trust Isaiah. I trust Isaiah completely. Okay. Or mostly. Right. But if I tell Isaiah Don't let Daniel in. Isaiah will do it anyway. So that's my concern for Isaiah. He can't see opening the door for one of them and he gets blown the fuck away. Isaiah don't see that, right? So that's the riskiness with that. So yeah, but Miss Angel, yeah. But see, the thing with Miss Angel, what she got to understand is I raise my sons, right? See, she wants me to redo what she didn't do when she was in the penitentiary. So, like, she's trying to re-raise one of her sons, LJ, that lives out of town, because she has this guilt because she didn't raise them when they were small because she couldn't because she was in prison due to her own actions, right? And she admits to those actions. So Miss Angel already, see, while she was in the penitentiary, I was raising all my boys. Okay. So I don't have the guilt that she has. So when you get a grown abusive man, I can leave you in the streets after you left your home. Remember, Elijah and Daniel were not put out. They left. So be careful what you leave, because you might be leaving your blessing. And if it is my honest perspective that I didn't care for either one of them to return over time, that's my honest perspective. I have a right to live in peace. We live in the United States at 18 years of age. You're no longer liable for this person. You live in a beautiful country that makes it where any parent can, by law, be removed from the situation completely. But even when Elijah was 17, when he would be threatening me, the police used to take up for him and say, well, you got to let him back in. By law, you're supposed to take care of him. He's 17. I said, I'm not letting him back in. He threatened to unalive me. You take him home with you, officer. Because I'm not getting ready to be dead because he's 17 and the law says I'm supposed to take him back in. I said, get him off my porch. I'm not letting him back in. And the police say, okay, they can't make me let him back in. They also can't arrest me because I'm refusing to take care of a 17-year-old. They can call CPS. I told them, call the people. I'm not letting this man back in because Elijah had got really out of control. He's calmed down some, but he's only calmed down because I don't let him in my door. Okay? So that's the way you get your respect, not letting them in the house. Elijah needs to get a shelter and he needs to stop breaking the law. And I need to protect Isaiah. The only decent and good-hearted son I got is Isaiah. Yeah, Daniel and Elijah, yeah, if you dig in there somewhere, in the heart, goodness there, I guess. But not good enough for me. And like I said, I couldn't live with myself. That would tear me to pieces if I brought Elijah in here and something happened to Isaiah. I'm even skeptical to be bringing Daniel in here. Daniel threatened me a couple of weeks ago when he came to get those clothes. He said he was going to send some guys back by here to get the clothes. And Daniel's talking about gang member dudes. Okay, so what kind of son say he gonna send dudes to his mama house? What kind of son does that? But they didn't love me, and neither do the kids. They can fake it for a while, but you can't fake it forever. You just can't fake it forever. So, yeah, Natalie, I'm so happy that you picked up on that silence. But another narcissistic lady friend, they try their best to mimic my good choices, but they just don't have the power to say no in the way that I do. So I always understand that when I'm dealing with another narcissistic lady friend, this is not the first one I've had. We don't live alike. I have another one that we don't talk anymore. She was quite older, and she still talks to her ex that tried to come on to one of her young teen family members. Yeah, she sure does. She takes calls from the Negro. That's if he's still alive. Okay. So narcissistic lady friends, they communicate and have serious conversations with people that I usually would not associate with. Okay. I have a I'm able to learn my lesson. They don't learn their lesson. All Miss Angel would do, say I let Elijah in. What this is what she would be. Miss Angel, if I let Elijah stay and he unalive me, she would come to every hearing. She would come to every court hearing and testify. Because remember, she records me too. Remember, her and I, we both know we record one another. We don't know what we do with the recordings. She doesn't know what I do with her recordings. And from what she tells me, she's not doing anything with her recordings, but I don't know. Her and Unique could be sitting up listening to me right now. So what Miss Angel would be good at, if I was to let Elijah in here, she would be good at getting him the prison time he needed, because she would testify that I had said he would hurt me. But I'm dead at that point, right? Yeah, Natalie says they care so deeply for those people too. That is something I can't wrap my mind around. Yeah, and the thing about it, let me tell you something, Natalie. Natalie, that's a great comment. All your comments are wonderful. Thank you, moderator. And I feel a little of what they feel. They do care, right? But you got to peep the game. She don't let Elijah back in her house. See, another narcissistic lady friend, they expect me to do things that they wouldn't do. She no longer lets Kaylin and Elijah visit her home because of the advice I gave her and her own intuition and feeling that she should stop doing it, because she figured out that they were just using her. Okay, but she's no longer letting them in her house, but she feels like I should let in my house. I'll figure it out. But I just don't feel like he would, leave my house. When I ask, I just don't leave people here alone. My rules, he couldn't take the put a load in the washer when he came back in 2023, Elijah. Bitch, wash my clothes. And then when that happened, Daniel and Isaiah snapped out. Somebody could have got killed in my house then. See, the kids are aged out. When a man is 25, he thought Daniel and Isaiah was crazy. He was like, they crazy. They want to kill me. They getting weapons on me. They trying to fight. They just both raged, right? Especially Isaiah. But I said, check this out, Elijah. Go up to the store, the nearest grocery store. Because what Elijah did that day, he called me the B word and he took the empty, it was like one item in the 13-gallon garbage bag. It was empty. So he threw it at my chest is what Elijah did. It was empty, so it doesn't hurt. He's throwing an empty, it's one item in the bottom of it, and that part didn't really hit me like that. So it didn't hurt or anything like that. I'm not justifying what he did, but what I don't do is over-exaggerate stuff. I'm not going to get on here and make it sound like, ooh, he picked up a 20-pound bag and threw me, hit it in my chest, dog, and I almost had a motherfucking heart attack, dog. I'm not going to lie like that, right? If it happens that way, I'll say that. But it was an empty bag, okay? No harm. What was mainly hurt was my feelings, okay? So I told Elijah when that happened around November 2023, I said, why don't you go to the grocery store, if you see a guy and what it looked like his aunt, big sister, or mom, try to pick a guy where you can figure out that it's his mom. And pick a white guy too. I want you to go to the nearest store, pick a white guy, and you pretty much know he with his mom, and take an empty bag and throw it at her chest, and then call her the bitch word and see what happens to you. Go ahead and do it. Go right now, Elijah. I want to see you do it. I promise you your life will end right at the store. So I said, Isaiah and Daniel aren't crazy. But that particular day, the main one that was actually going to physically protect me was Isaiah. Daniel did a pretend protection that day. He kind of, he played it cool, like he trying to protect me, but he wasn't going to get no weapon to really handle the shit. Isaiah was just sick of this shit. And remember, what was it, about a year or a year and a half ago? It was about a year and a half ago. Yeah, when Daniel called the police on me and Isaiah. Remember, Daniel called the police because he said I hit him on the hand with the hammer, and me and Isaiah fought him. Yeah, I was fighting him too, right all outside. Sure the hell was. Like a big kid. Fuck it. Little Negro, you want to fucking fight? Let's fight. Shit, fuck it. I'm not, yeah. So that's why Daniel keeps his hands off me and Isaiah. But Elijah, remember, Daniel has had a mental health eval. He's not considered a psychopath. Daniel does have anxiety, okay? Some mild depression, stuff like that. Because he's on those vapes, that vape and that them shrooms and blunts, all of that stuff, all of those are downers. So all of that stuff triggers depression. So, but Daniel's not considered to be a psychopath. Okay, so you gotta listen to what the diagnoses are. I believe juvenile courts gave. It made sense. It validated the facts that were going on. And I do truly believe that they are right. They stated October 2022 that Miss Irene's family problem is that she has had an undiagnosed psychopath in her home. And it was considered to be, that's what a lot of Daniel's problems are right now today. So do we really want to bring them back? That's what we got to ask ourselves. We're clear for right now. Do we really want to bring them back? It's a total invasion of Isaiah's privacy, my privacy. I never forget a threat. And so it's also not safe to bring psychopaths and any prior criminals in the home that have no money. Because he's going to be stealing from us, right? This is where Isaiah is going to be going to work, walking down the street. Ooh, Isaiah gets robbed suddenly, right? It's going to be all these coincidences, right? Soon as Elijah has come back, ooh, Isaiah, you got your phone taken? Somebody pulled a gun on you with a mask? Like, come on now. It's just not worth it. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I'll talk to Elijah and try to figure out what his preparation is or what his plan is. But I think he'll find somewhere to go. I really do. And he needs to get a phone. I don't want to enable my son to be a bum. If I just let him come here, he's going to feel like he never needs a phone except to get on the free Wi-Fi just to use Messenger. No, you can't live like that. He needs a phone or access to one. And I don't want him using my phone. See, I don't go to people's house like that. I'm not going to come to your house with nothing. I'm coming to your house with no phone, no clothes, no money in my pocket. You're going to be like, damn, Miss Irene, how do you get the fuck up out my house? How do you ever move up out my fucking house if you don't have no phone, no clothes, and no devices, and no email address, no mailing address? How do you get up out my house? You can't go to people's house like that. I'm enabling my son to be a freaking bum because he's not trying to work. He's not trying to work. Elijah took a conviction that he should not have taken. I'm a non-felon, y'all. No felonies, no misdemeanors. That's my upper end of my life, okay? So, or one brownie point, I guess you could say, out of my halfway shitty life that I've had these situations with. But I've had a very blessed, I'm a happy person. Some parts of my life have been shitty, okay? So, but I try to make it. I'm not another narcissistic lady friend, so I try to make it not too shitty. We ain't got to make it diarrhea, right? See, Miss Angel want to make it diarrhea. Well, you shitting all day because you let the abuser back in. So I don't live like they do, and I make more safer choices and more preventative choices. And I'm the reason she ain't letting Kaylin and Elijah in her house. But see, I have more empathy for her. See, another narcissistic lady friend, let me tell you something about them. They don't understand who they're supposed to be loyal to. I give her way more time and support than Elijah does right now, right? So she should give me the same advice I give her. It's not protective of my household, but another narcissistic lady friend, they're very dangerous. I believe now that they're part of why we have one black woman every 5.5 hours getting murdered in the United States. It's that advice that gets you killed. A lot of black women would listen to her. Her silence would bother a lot of black women. Like Natalie said, her silence, like I should help them. I do not have the financial wherewithal to take care of Elijah or Daniel anymore. I've excluded that. I've determined that I cannot provide for any more people. I don't have the financial wherewithal to be taking care of them. I just don't. It's going to take away from my rent money. We're in a pretty tight situation. That's why, you know, when people send me these cash apps here, oh, I got to do a video about a company to not give your card to. I got lucky because my card was blocked. Oh, and I'm going to put those videos in the description box, Natalie. I got lucky because I blocked my card on my account. So, oh my goodness. Having cards, like especially in Cash App or any of those PayPal, Cash App, was it Venmo, any of those apps where you can go in that card and click lock card, not block card, lock card, lock, LOCK. That is such a blessing because if anybody tries to make some weird transactions, it'll show you who tried to make it and it'll show you that it didn't pay it out because your card was locked. So I'll tell you on here, it's Zenfi, Zenfy. Do not give your fucking card to that company. I'll do a separate video about what they tried to do. I just thank the Lord that I had it clicked on lock card. And I had my app clicked on lock card for my debit card because I don't have the physical card. So I've been using the card from the app, but do not fucking give your card to Zenfi, Zenfy.com. And it's an app where it advertises home. Don't fucking do it. And it'll come up as zenfycharge.com when they charge it or try to charge it to your credit card. Don't give your card number to Zenfy, Zenfy. Don't do it. Very bad. They told me that they was only going to charge me $10. And then within days, they tried to charge my card almost $500. But luckily, my card was locked, so they couldn't do it. Just think if I had fell asleep and forgot to lock my card. I'm going to just order a new card so they don't have that card at all. And through the app, I blocked that company so they can no longer charge me anymore. Natalie, these comments are beautiful. I love you. And then I like when you said, whoa, and all the pretty hearts. Natalie says, please like, share, and subscribe. You can cash at me at $ try today 123. Why? 123. $ try today 123. I guess I'm allowed to get super chats now. People are telling me. So there's been people super chatting me. I got to check with YouTube to figure that out. I need like a vice president or something. I guess that's kind of like you too, Natalie. I mean, I still got to do the video about the animal. What I found out about the animal abuse and stuff like that. Hold on. You got to make decisions to, this is what you want to do and what I try to do. This is where you want to take the decisions that an aware narcissist would take. Okay, my ex-aware narcissist, he wouldn't let Elijah and Daniel in his house. You got to kind of live. You know, aware narcissists, they prevent a lot of shit, y'all. They do. So you got to kind of make a decision for more logic, like an aware narcissist would. Posting the Cash App too, dear heart Natalie. So the danger with somebody like Miss Angel, another narcissistic lady friend, what makes their thinking mentality so dangerous is, for one, they don't believe it can happen. That's a very dangerous person. She thinks that I can control the situation. Once I let them past my door, it's all on. Whatever happens to me just happens. But it happened because I let them in my door. My children do not fear me enough. They do, but they don't. The way I get the fear and respect is not letting them in no more. Don't leave your home. I never moved back to my grandmother's. And I began moving out. My final move was at 17. I was just about 18. Don't move in the first place. But I had the skill set to survive out here. I did. Don't move. Once you leave, people ain't got to let you back. They really don't. Even your own mother. And be careful how you treat people when you living with them too. People be happy your ass gone too. I'm talking about them abusers and mean people. I miss what it could have been. You know, the even closer spirit of my sons, but you know, you can't live in fantasy. What it could have been ain't what it is. Checking these comments. Why is this at a standstill like this? It's like I'm having like issues. So let me see. Natalie, these are beautiful comments, dear heart. I appreciate you so much. I'm so happy you're here today. But I like it when you take a break too, because I don't like to overwhelm people. You know, you're mostly here. But we both have lives, Natalie, you know, so you really respect certain things, you know, especially with all those lives we did. I'm like, we got stuff to do. One day it was Leonard Wilson, he moderated on one live. But he said on that live, I'm not good as Natalie. That's what he said. So he helped one day. But I took his wrench off when it ended. So he doesn't. So if he came in here, have his wrench, right? So with Leonard Wilson, I just did it as he goes. Because, you know, he's sick and stuff, you know. I don't want to put too much on him. But he did it one day. It was fun. But I told him in that live, Natalie, I said, nobody's as good as Natalie. I said, not even me, Leonard Wilson. So it was cool. I appreciated his help. But you know, men are different when they help. They always like, I got to go get a call, and you know, they are. But he has a lot going on. He probably got doctors calling him. So it's might not be just a man thing. It might be a he's sick thing, you know. So I appreciated him, you know, having an illness and still moderating that day. He volunteered. So hold on, Natalie. Yeah, but Natalie, me and you, we picked up on the same spirit with how Miss Angel felt. She was silent, and her silence was saying I should help him. But remember, Natalie says, Mr. Wilson, I hope you're up and about. Thank you so much for that, Natalie. Natalie says, I appreciate you and glad you streamed today. Yeah, it's buffering. So I'm going to end the live right now. Thank you so much, Natalie. Please like, share, and subscribe because it's going out right now and I don't want to lose the live. So I'm right here with the Advanced Insight channel. And I appreciate you for moderating today, as always. And tune in for more right here. I got a lot of video ideas. I'll get caught up on them one day. And please always pray for me and keep me in your prayers. You're welcome, Natalie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Natalie says, thank you, Advanced. Let me check this out here. Natalie says, sleep well, enjoy your beautiful Thursday. Happy Thursday to you and enjoy your beautiful Thursday as well, Natalie. I appreciate you so, so much. Trying to, and hopefully Mr. Leonard Wilson checks back in as well. And he can see your pretty comments here. Yes, okay. Please, let me see. I'm trying, I don't want it to go out while I'm updating the comments. Goodness. Hold on. Oh, I guess it stopped buffering now, huh? Yeah, it kind of. Oh, yeah. Natalie says, please save the live. I'm going to do that right now. Thank you, moderator. You're smart because, yeah, we're going to lose it. Thank you. You're my technology queen as well. So thank you so much, Natalie. I love you. Let me do that. I got to listen to my moderator. She's looking out for me, y'all. Love you, Natalie. Love you, everyone. Please click a like to the other 2 people that are in here. You can make it 3 likes or at least 1 more like. More right here with Advanced Insight Channel. Thank you, y'all. Tune in for more. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you more, Natalie. Thank you so, so much. Thank you for the pretty heart and the smiley face and everything. Beautiful here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye, Natalie. See you next time. I love this channel, y'all. We're having so much fun here. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Tune in for more right here with Advanced Insight Channel. Thank you. Bye, y'all.